Okay, good evening, board members. It is 7:05, Thursday, October 26th, and we're getting ready to get started for our October full board meeting. Welcome all of our board members, our new board members. I do want to introduce one of our newest board members, Ms. Antoinette Mitchell. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. Do you want to take, well, we'll give you time after to give you a quick introduction. Okay, sure. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining. We have a few things on the agenda. We're going to get started. I know that there is a lot happening in the world, so I just do want to acknowledge that a lot of us are walking around with a heavy heart. There's a lot going on, and so again, a reminder that humanity matters, and this is why we are all here, to build a better life for those that reside within this community. So we are doing our part. So welcome everybody. And we're going to get started with our public gallery sessions. Do we have anyone that would like the floor? As a reminder, you get 2.5 minutes to speak. Anyone for our public gallery sessions here in person? Are they coming up here to speak? Okay. Are you speaking? Okay. Great. So first up, we have Elmond Harley. It's a mistake? Okay. Joseph? Are you speaking? No. Oh, you were just signing in. Okay. Amy, you're also just signing in? Okay, well, welcome. Is there anyone that is speaking that has not signed in our public?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, Talene?
Hi. My name is Reverend Karen, and I'm not sure if this is the time I should be speaking or not. Is this from the community? Does anyone that want to share something?
This is for Community Board 12, yes, where the public gets to speak during this session. Give us a second while we get organized here, and then we'll go to our virtual connects.
Okay.
Okay, first up we have Hadiza with the organization AICC.
Good evening. Yes, this is my first time coming, so I'm not sure what the protocol is, but I'll try to keep it brief since I know I have 3 minutes. 2.5, okay. That gives me, all right. So my name is Dr. Hadiza Osuji, and I'm the Executive Director of AICC, that is the African International Collaborative Center. And we're actually located here between White Plains Road and Holland Avenue. We have our outreach office there. And I thought it's really important for me to come and introduce, our organization to Community Board 12 because we do a lot of programming to promote the health and mental well-being of the residents, of specifically, residents in District 12, New York City Council District 12, and also we do a lot of programming for youth. And currently we have some really important programs going on, and one of them I'm sure you must have heard, which is the participatory budgeting process. And essentially we are gathering community members and to get them to have a say in what kind of programs they want to see in the community based on the mayor's expense budget. I'm trying to rush, I'm sorry. Okay, and secondly, apart from the idea generation session, as you all know, it's election season, so we're also involved in civic engagement, mobilizing community members to get out and vote. So soon we're gonna be conducting that. And in really making sure we achieve effective outcomes in hearing the voices of the community as part of the participatory budgeting, we have to form coalition. And really, I am happy to say one of our coalition members is Robert Hall, and he's been attending our meetings. And I would really like to involve Community Board 12 in this process as we all come together to really impact our community and make our community a better place. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Anyone else here in our space that is that wants to speak? If not, we will go to our virtual. Okay, yes, Reverend Karen Harris.
Raise your hand on the function. She's not, she's unmute herself.
You have to unmute yourself.
I apologize. I'm grateful for you allowing me to come this evening to announce a drop-in center that will be opening on White Plains Road. Hopefully we will have your approval and your assistance with us as we open a drop-in center for youth, youth ages 21 to 26, homeless youth. We will be providing a change of clothes and food and something for, a place for them to rest up and give them resources as well to resources in the community, behavior, mental health, and so forth. So I wanted to introduce myself to you, and hopefully we'll be able to work together in this initiative.
Thank you. Just make sure you put your information in our chat.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And if anyone else from the community, if you want to speak, please raise your hand so that we can see you virtually. Okay, so I don't see any hands up. All right, so that closes our public gallery session. Now we will move on to the elected official reports. We have Frederick here. Virtually. Federica.
Good evening, everyone. Wonderful crowd. My name is Frederice Latchman. I am representing Councilmember Eric Dinowitz's office. I've seen some familiar faces from last month's meeting. I just want to give you a quick and brief rundown because I know I have 2 minutes. So let's start with district office updates and events. We held Wakefield Library Hours today, as a matter of fact. It's from 10 to 5. It's the last Thursday of the month. It's going to be ongoing. Crystal was there today. We had Oath also there, and that was great. So for those of you who may not be familiar with Oath, so that is going to be the administrative law court. It's not part of the state court system, but they do help with summonses, tickets. You can go there and they can help you with some of the issues that you're having as far as ticketing. If you need to take care of a summons, or if you want to pay, cure, or settle, that's the place you want to go. Also, a friendly reminder, there's an Oath reminder for your summons and tickets, 917-451-8829. And you can even use the summons finder. We also attended the Wakefield taxpayers meeting on 10/19. That was me, that was there. We were able to listen to some of the concerns that the neighborhood is having regarding migrants, big one, shelters, e-bikes, and housing. We understand that there's a need for additional housing as well as additional resources for the incoming migrant population. And the sentiment of not wanting to compound with the location with shelters, we definitely heard you about that. Some of the topics that we discussed were regarding trash receptacles, possible improvements that we can make just to curb the vermin issue that New York City is having overall, and to make them more effective, ways to explore employment opportunities amidst the migrant influx, if maybe there's a connection there or opportunity, and the uptick in e-bike usage and how to make them safer for use, and ways to hold riders accountable, which is a great way for me to segue. Sorry, I'm rushing through. For this legislative update. So Councilmember Dinowitz and co-sponsor Councilmember Riley also introduced Intro 0758-2022, which would require every bicycle with electrical assistance, electrical scooters, and other legally motorized vehicles that are not otherwise required to be registered with the DMV to be registered with the DOT. and to receive an identifying number which would be displayed on a vehicle plate affixed to the vehicle. This is very useful for holding all the e-bikes accountable because we've been having a lot of issues with them zooming back and forth on the sidewalks. Good way to hold them accountable while they're on the streets. Last but not least, CM Dinowitz, so Councilmember Dinowitz and co-sponsor Councilmember Riley introduced Intro 1167 that we talked about before, I believe last month of 2023, which would require the Commissioner of Emergency Management in consultation with the Office of the Mayor and community boards, such as yourself, to identify and designate facilities with each community district to serve as a rapid emergency response center. So this is good for if we have a fire again as a community. This will go a long way in terms of supporting victims of disasters, sometimes man-made, sometimes fires, electrical incidents, etc. And that's it for the updates. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next up, Cynthia, Councilmember Riley's office.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Cynthia, and I am the Director of Constituent Services and Legislative Coordinator at Councilmember Riley's office. Just to go over the usual, our phone number is 718-684-5509. Our email is district12, that's district12, at council.nyc.gov. We have two district offices, one at 135 Einstein Loop, room 44 in Co-op City, and one at 940 East Gun Hill Road, just down the block from Evander. So I'm gonna give a little bit of a lot of things, so I apologize in advance. So I want to share some legislative updates. I am excited to announce that Councilmember Riley recently introduced Resolution 817, which calls upon the MTA to change the transfer options from one charge within a 2-hour period to allow unlimited transfer options within that window, and ideally ease the access for those who rely on the system most, and be able to use it as the system was intended to be able to just do your daily activities without that potential strain. I know that unfortunately with the Bronx bus redesign that a lot of communities now have more complex trips requiring more buses, so this would be a potential alleviation to the strain caused by that while we do advocate for amendments and changes to the Bronx bus redesign. I additionally want to share information about Introduction 1131, which would transfer the enforcement of unlicensed mobile car washes from the Department of Consumer and Worker Protection to the Department of Sanitation. DCWP has historically tried to figure out ways to manage the capacity, but they don't necessarily have the same enforcement arm and infrastructure that DSNY has and the ability to clean and remove and store items. So this would potentially give an option to alleviate that issue that I know has been ongoing in the community for a good couple of years now. This actually just recently had a hearing, I want to say Tuesday. And so we're hopeful that with edits that it would be able to get passed. And so I did want to share that with the community. Switching to the budget real quick. I know one of the public engagement speakers had mentioned participatory budgeting. So in addition to the city's participatory budgeting initiative, council members can participate in participatory budgeting. And so Council District 12, Councilmember Riley has opted into this program, and we are really excited to bring it to the community. Idea collection is going to run through November 11th. I did distribute flyers to the members and the gallery today. I can make sure a copy is available to the board, and it will be at the board office, but you can also go to linktr.ee/Riley with a capital R, budget with a capital B, where you can not only put an idea for submission, but you can also sign up to be a volunteer delegate. Lastly, events. I'm trying to go as quick as I can, my love. So we are hosting 2 Halloween events this weekend, October 28th at 12 p.m. One will be at the Northeast Bronx YMCA. That is a trunk or treat. So that's kind of where families, they decorate their car and they invite children to just have a safe space to enjoy and get candy and play activities. And then in the Mall and Bay Plaza, we'll also be hosting at the same exact time a Halloween parade, and there will be pumpkin carving, pumpkin decorating. And it'll just be a fun day for the kids. And then lastly, I want to go back to our community cleanups. I know, unfortunately, the first date for our community cleanup series was canceled due to the weather, but our next one will be slated for November 4th at 10 a.m. It'll be meeting at White Plains Road and East 222nd Street, and it's going to be going northern. So we're going to continue this collaboration with the Monster Loop Preservation Corporation so that we can try and help to keep the streets clean. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. Anyone else virtually with representatives from elected officials' offices that would like to report? Okay, from the Office of Assemblymember Dinowitz, you can go first. Yes, and everyone else, please raise your hand.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Danella Smith. I hope everyone is having a good night. Unfortunately, a member cannot be here tonight. Our office is hosting an shred event this Sunday in front of our office at 3107 Kingsbridge Avenue from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. If anyone has anything they would like to shred, you're more than welcome to join us. And that's it. That's all I have. I hope everyone has a good night.
Good night. Thank you. Ronell?
Hi, this is Ronell from State Senator Jamal T. Bailey's office. We're also having pretty much the same events as Cynthia had mentioned, one at the YMCA and the other at Bay Plaza. We've been doing like a school tour, which is pretty much trying to find the needs of schools in our district and trying to gather some type of funding to help these schools out. And also, we've noticed that many constituents have been dealing with like flooding issues with the heavy rainfall. We have worked with DEP and other organizations. We have provided flood barrels as well as other resources. So we're still working on that as rain has been an issue these past couple of weekends. Thank you.
Thank you. We have somebody from Congressman Ritchie's office.
Hi, good evening. My name is Rochelle. I am a constituent service liaison with Office of Congressman Richie Torres. Some of the updates that we have: Congress avoided a government shutdown on October 1st, 2023 by passing a stopgap spending bill. The bill will end on November 17, 2023 of next month. Another announcement is that yesterday, October 25th, 2023, Congressman Mike Johnson was elected to Speaker of the House. And just a reminder, our office, we assist with federal cases, issues that you might have with Social Security, immigration, passport inquiries, issues with IRS. We also handle housing cases. If anyone has any issues, concerns, or comments, you guys are always welcome to contact our office at 718-503-9610. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any other representatives from elected officials' offices? Kiara, is there anything you want to say or share? Okay, so I don't see any other hands raised, so this closes our part in the agenda where we have our elected officials' representatives report. Thank you. Okay. So now we're going to move on again, and we have no presentations. I just want to thank everyone for being here, and I do have an announcement, but first I want to give the floor to our newest board member, Antoinette Mitchell. 2 minutes for you to give us a little intro about yourself.
You want me to say from here? What would you like to know?
Your interest in joining us, a little bit about who you are.
Okay, so hi everyone, good evening. My name is Antoinette Mitchell. I lived in this community my entire life. I've been born and raised in this community. I am an educator. I've been an educator now for 23 years, serving the Bronx. And what sparked my interest in wanting to be a part of this community and community board is that since I've lived in this community for so many years, I've noticed there has been a number of changes within the community. Over time, there's been like, I guess, waves of changes. And I want to be a part of what's going on. So that's why I'm here, because I'm still going to be here for a long time.
Thank you so
At
much.
least I hope.
Thank you. And so with you joining us, we now have 46 members. Okay, we're going to switch over to Ms. Benitez for a roll call.
Benitez, present. Carla Basati.
Present.
Patricia Boswell. Michelle Brumfield.
Here.
Victor Brown. Deacon Brown. Desiree Campbell. Sadie Campbell. Joan Claude. Beatrice Coronel.
Present.
Etona Davis.
Here.
Chris Devone. Tolene Dickinson. Is she on?
She's virtual.
Virtual, but she's not present technically. Okay.
She went on camera before. She sent a message.
Okay.
Here.
Thank you.
This is Colleen, I'm here.
I know. Okay.
Okay.
Denise
Awesome.
Denise Evacheria. Denise.
Yeah, she's not.
Is, Alfredo Figueroa. Katrina Fuentes is excused. Johnny Goff. Darren Grant. Sheila Grierson. Sandra Gross. Robert Hall.
Here.
I know Carrie Ann Henry is virtual, am I correct?
She has to be on camera.
She was on camera before.
Not on camera now.
Okay, dokie. John Isaac.
Present.
Thank you. Theodore James.
Here.
Keisha Lago Martin. Robert Link.
Here.
Javid Malik.
Present.
Aye. Mark, I know I saw him.
No.
Last name Mark. I thought I saw him. He's not here. I didn't see him? Okay. Lucille Martin is excused, I believe. And I know Antoinette Mitchell just came on board. And Clinton Mike is excused. Yeah, but he's excused officially. Carmen Ortiz, did she get online yet?
No.
Okay. Wayne Palmer? Where?
Right here.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Queenie is excused.
She's
Red-
excused.
Queenie's
excused.
Oh.
I said that.
Okay.
Reginald Paris.
Here.
Got you, Reginald. I got you. Ariel Peters. Hi. Anthony Reed is excused. Sherry Samuels. Carl Stricker.
Over here.
Got you. Benga.
He's online.
He's online.
President, I'm on my way. I'll be there in the next 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Is
Not
he?
on camera.
He's not on camera? Okay. Luke Sabados.
I'm here. President.
Deborah Torado.
Oh, he's on camera now.
Benga? Thank you, Benga.
All right, thank you. I'm coming down. All right.
Damon Turtine.
Present.
Hi. Deborah Walker. Now I know you. Ryan Walters. Esther Yema. Thank you all.
Thank you. Just a reminder to our board members who are joining us virtually, your cameras have to be on if you want your attendance counted and your votes. A quick announcement, we annually do our holiday party. This year, our holiday party for the community board falls on Thursday, December 14th, here at our beautiful space. We are asking for donations from our board members. It is not mandated, but welcomed. If you're unable to donate, then please feel free to bring a plate, a dish, and we do need a head count. So if you can email myself and Ursula and George so that we can create a list of who will be attending. And again, that's Thursday, December 14th at what time? At 7 p.m. If you have any questions, you'll let us know. And with that said, I'm going to move the mic, pass it on to George for his district manager's report.
Thank you. It's kind of actually the same thing, so I don't want to waste time or be repetitive. I'll read it real quick, I guess. Good evening, board members. I will try to be brief in my remarks this evening. I am grateful to the executive committee. Last night, we had a productive conversation about the reduction of the number of committees. I'm hopeful that very soon we will be able to realize a better system that is thoughtful of your time and contribution to this board. In that same vein, I do not want to forget about discussing the governance of the board. I've copied and pasted the portion of my report about our leadership structure and the changes I am proposing. This is from September's report. You should have this report. We emailed it as well today. I'll skip over the whole thing. I look forward to continuing this part of the conversation. I believe in equity and that we must hold ourselves accountable before we set out to change the world. I'll skip this part, but maybe because the chair just mentioned it. So in conclusion, today marks my 3,007th day as your district manager, or 8 years, 2 months, and 24th day of my tenure here. I am grateful for each and every day at the board. Thank you for your patience and good night. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So just some housekeeping. Carl Stricker, our longest serving board member in the borough of the Bronx for any community board, could not make, the borough president had a service, I guess, last year, like a reception at the Rotunda. He could not make it, so we have his citation of merit from the borough president, so we're going to give it to him tonight. And basically it reads, in recognition of your outstanding commitment to the Bronx and the community you serve, through your different roles and experiences in the Bronx, you have remained dedicated to your neighbors. You have not only left your mark on your community board, but your influence has expanded across the borough. We commend you for your perseverance, tenacity, and volunteer work with your local community board. For these reasons and more, we are proud to honor you here in the Bronx. On behalf of the more than 1.4 million residents, I, Vanessa L. Gibson, I'm not Vanessa Gibson, President of the Borough of the Bronx, salute you and wish you continued success.
Go Carl. It is a pleasure to have you here in person, Carl. Yeah. Okay, moving right along, we are moving on to the next segment, which is the approval of our board minutes. I'd like to take a motion to accept our board minutes. Your name?
Javid Malik.
Can I get a second? Second, Robert Hall. Okay, Robert Hall. Great. And so now we take a roll call again, Ms. Benitez.
Judith Benitez, aye. Carla Basati. Aye. Patricia Boswell. Michelle Brumfield. Michelle Brumfield. Thank you. Victor Brown. Deacon Brown. Desiree Campbell. Sadie Campbell. Joan Claude. Etonia Davis. I'll get your name.
You got it.
Oh, okay.
Good. Second time.
Chris Devone. Tolene Dickerson.
Yes, what was the question? I'm sorry.
We are voting on the minutes.
Oh, yeah. Aye.
I know. Let me put something. Hold on. Sorry about that. Denise Echeverria is excused. Alfredo Figueroa. Kartika Fuentes. Johnny Goff. You said aye? Oh, abstain, thank you. Darren Grant. Sheila Gerson. Aye? Thank you, dear. Sandra Gross. Robert Hall. Aye. Carrie Ann Henry. She's saying aye. John Isaac.
Aye.
Thank you. Theodore James.
Aye.
I don't know what we're going to do about that. Keisha Martin. Robert Link.
Aye.
Javid Malik.
Javid Malik. Aye.
And he's not here. Mark is not here. Okay. Lucille Martin. Not here. Antoinette Mitchell.
Aye.
You can say aye? Okay, thank you. Clinton Mike. Is he answering or you just, I'm going to do it as excused. I'll do him as excused. Lucille Martin is excused. Carmen Ortiz. Not online, okay. Queenie is excused. Reginald Powers.
Here. Yeah.
Aye. Aye. Okie dokie. Ariel Peters. Okay. Anthony Reed is excused. Sherry Samuels.
Aye.
Thank you. Carl Stricker.
Abstain.
Thank you. Vengas Cebrera.
Yes.
I gotcha. Luke Savados.
Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you. Deborah Torado. Damon Tutine.
Aye.
Deborah Walker. Ryan Walters. And Esther Yema. Beatrice Coronel.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. Thank you very much.
Great. Tallene, are you doing the financial report?
Of course, if you could stand the outside noise. Good evening, family. How are you? I'm blessed to be here and blessed to see all of you. We are currently and still at $2,660. I will be sending out the letter for the Sunshine Fund soon. If you have any questions, I put all of my information in the chat. Please get home safely and have a blessed evening.
Thank you. Thinking of you, Tallene, and your sister. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Moving on, we actually don't have any committee reports to vote on. We did include something, but we've taken it off. Sure. Yeah, 1 second. So we won't be voting on anything for the Economic Development and Business Services Committee. Luke?
Hey, everybody. So the Parks and Recreation Committee met on the 10th to talk about a few different things. We spoke about the flooding that had occurred in Shoelace Park following the remnants of Tropical Storm Ophelia. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was pretty bad. Our playgrounds, park houses at 219th Street and 227th Street both got flooded, and sewage from the park houses kind of gets into, covers the playgrounds there. So we heard from the Bronx River Alliance, who gave kind of a presentation about different possibilities for upgrading capital improvements to the to Shoelace Park, since it's in a floodplain, and some of the capital requests or recommendations that came out of that are, these are big ones, moving the park houses from the floodplain at 219th Street and 227th Street to higher ground, so that this doesn't have to happen. We heard from the Parks District Superintendent that a lot of resources are dedicated to cleaning off this equipment whenever they flood, to ensure that they're safe for kids to use. We also talked about different other capital requests that the Parks Committee would like to try to get into our annual district needs statement. I think we have to get those in and voted by the board in October. So if it's possible, we'd like to include those two capital requests for moving our park houses up above those flood areas. And the other capital request that we talked about is adding ADA accessibility at 216th Street to Shoelace Park. We spoke about the sidewalk bordering the RC Park and trying to improve that. Our next meeting is on Tuesday, November 14th. We have a presentation by a local school teacher about Renzi Playground, which has a large area that's fenced off, that's not being used. So she's going to talk about how we can activate that space. It's Renzi Playground. It's between 225th and 226 on White Plains Road. We're also in talks with Judy Desiree from the Bronx Park East Farmers Market to try to see if they can do some kind of farm stand on the south side of Gun Hill Road, right at White Plains Road, where that park house is. If everybody remembers, it's like this bricked off building that the Parks Department uses. It's supposed to have some bathrooms, but they've been closed for years. So I think we'd also like to try to see if we could activate that space. We heard from Judy that in order to have some kind of farm stand, the farmers need access to a restroom. So if the Parks Department knows that those restrooms aren't working, maybe we can try to request that those restrooms get fixed so that we can activate that space. So please come to our next meeting. It's going to be November 14th on Tuesday at 7 p.m. here and virtually. We're going to be talking about this and anything else that people have ideas about. Thanks so much.
So I just want to let you know, Luke, I just confirmed it with Urs. Shoelace Park and the capital improvements are number one on our district needs statement. So, but to be more specific, yeah, we can talk about and maybe prioritize certain parks within Shoelace Park to, that they want to move up above the floodplain. All right?
That'd be great. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Thank you. Any other chairs of committees that would like to give an update? Mr. Hall? Yeah. Go for it.
First of all, I just want to apologize. Last month, we had the gentleman here from the hotel with the migrants, but he did not get back to the board, so that's why we have not met. All right, but housing will be heading in another direction in the immediate future, and it's probably in the best interest that we service this community to the best of our know-how. So please when you decide to pick a committee, do not forget housing, because housing, everything starts with housing. Everything in this community starts with housing. So please keep that in mind. And one of the things that Ms. Prisco did not mention, and I just wanted to say that I really want to give a great deal of gratitude to Councilman Kevin Riley, who's allocated $675,000 for cameras for Gun Hill houses. So I really want the community to know, all right, that Gun Hill will be well protected in the immediate future. And that's it. Other than Carl Stricker, that's a well-deserved accolade that the borough president gave you. And Carl is really the godfather of this Community Board 12. So thank you, Carl. That's that.
I'll tell you outside.
Okay. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, just one comment before we move on to the new business. I'll be brief. It is a concern to all of us that, it's only 20 out of 46 members. It is only 24 of us here. It makes it hard for us to meet quorum. It makes it hard for us to address the issues that are so prevalent within our community. We had 2 committees meetings this month, and only the chairs showed up in a co-chair. So that says a lot, right? And so we have to keep that in mind. You did want to volunteer your time. It is important that you attend the full board meetings in person as well as committee meetings. And with that said, yesterday I met with the executive committee, and we are close to finalizing our new structure. I will be submitting that committee report shortly so that you can read it before our next full board meeting, which will be taking place because of Thanksgiving in November. It'll be taking place, I'm gonna give you the date right now. November 16th, okay? So on record, we'll send out an email. Our regular full board meeting will be meeting a week in advance because of Thanksgiving on Thursday, November 16th. It's imperative that you're here in person. There will be some committee meetings happening before that. And we anticipate we will be voting on our new structure at that full board meeting, and we hope to implement it in January, as in December we don't have a full board meeting because of our holiday celebration. And so with that said, that concludes our meeting today. Thank you so much. Yes, oh, we have some announcements. Ms. Goff.
Thanks. Johnny Goff, community activist, very much involved with children, retired Board of Ed teacher. Now, we have 2 events coming up. This is the month of October, so naturally we don't do Halloween, we do Harvest Festival. My Harvest Festival will be during the school hours where the children could come to the Eastwood Manor and do a magic show. So I use 3 schools each year, and they come there from 10:30 to 1 o'clock, and they do a magic show, and of course they have a bite to eat, and then they get their treats. That's October. November, there's 2 things going on. Every year for the past 15 years for me, I don't know how many years for the Eastwood Manor, they give a free Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Day from 11 o'clock to 3:30. Music, TV watching, the parade, and of course the full course meal plus dessert plus dancing. So if you would like to attend, you could call me. My number is very easy to reach. It's at the precinct, Kitty, 917-797-1771. And you can find me here at the board number. They have my number. But please, I start seating at 11 o'clock. We start dinner at 12, and we go until 3:30 at the Eastwood Manor on Eastchester Road from 11 o'clock, I said, until 3, and it's free on Thanksgiving Day. Now, I own and operate nursery schools, as you know. I have several schools, but my school that is located in Eastchester Heights, not Eastchester Garding, Eastchester Heights, 3471 Fenton Avenue. I've been there 35 years with after-school program, tutoring program, nursery school. Now my seniors in Eastchester Heights and anywhere else could come to my site on Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5. They could have a continental breakfast, a hot dinner, a hot lunch. individually packed, so whatever's left, they could take it home. They could watch television, they could play games, we could go on trips. If you have to do any funding to give up anything, please do. It's a 501c3 tax exempt. And of course, the Eastwood Manor is willing to do whatever I ask them, including giving me cornbread. So therefore, starting December 2nd, I'm gonna cut the ribbon. I would like all of you to attend to see how nice the place is. We have 5 big rooms. We have lots of books. They could do whatever they want to do. To me, the seniors are like my kids, nursery school, 2-year-olds to 3-year-olds. And I don't care how old they are, whatever they want, they're gonna get. Because one day, all of us could be seniors. Some of us might be seniors now, but we won't go through that. Thank you very much. Have a nice holiday and trick or treat well with safety.
Thank you, Ms. Goff. Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn? A second?
Second by John Isaac.
Thank you. So it's 7:50, and that concludes our meeting for today. We will see you soon. Thank you. Wait, how do I finish the recording? Wait, cancel. You did it? I don't have to do it?